Japan wins 2016 Olympic men's team all-around gold medal in gymnastics 2016 Rio Olympics on Monday. Japan was dominant throughout, and clearly took the win with a final score of 274.094. Russia came up in second to get the silver at 271.453, with China getting the bronze at 271.122. The United States finished with a final score of 268.560, in fifth place behind Great Britain in fourth. They were out of the podium places for much of the event, but looked like they might be able to grab one when the final event came around. Unfortunately, Daniel Laver had to remount on the high bar and his decreased score pushed them out of the medals. The men's team got off to a slow start, and after 2 rotations they found themselves all the way down in 7th place. Things looked bleak, but when they arrived at the vault competition they were dominant. Jacob Dalton posted a score of 15.466, Sam Mikulaw managed 15.366 and Alex Nattauer put up a score of 15.033. Those scores were their first 15-plus scores of the day, putting them in third place just behind Brazil in second and Japan in first. When that rotation ended and every country had put in their scores, though, the U.S. moved down to sixth, trailing behind China, Brazil, Great Britain, Japan and Russia in first. That was for rotations, and while the U.S. was sixth at that point they were only 1.24 points away from third place. Their fifth rotation was the parallel bars, and they started off with Mikulaw nailing his routine for a 15.700, followed by Chris Brooks with a 15.100. Daniel Laver put up a 15.533, and the United States finished the fifth rotation in fifth place with 224.119 points. Japan still had first place at that stage with a 226.696. Last up for the U.S. was the high bar. Mikulaw put up a 15.000 and Brooks went right after him and went 15.108, setting up Laver for the final performance. Unfortunately, Laver went off the bar on a layout catch-off maneuver and had to take another run at it, finishing with a score of 14.333. The United States' final score ended up 268.560. While the men were facing stiff competition and were not favored to earn a gold medal, the Team USA women's gymnastics group would have been favored to sweep all 3 individual all-around medals if it were allowed by rules. Simone Biles, Ollie Raisman and Gabby Douglas finished qualification first, second and third overall, but only 2 women from each team are allowed to compete in the individual all-around. That meant Biles and Raisman, the top 2, advanced while Douglas could not. Biles is considered the top gymnast in the world, and when the women's team final takes place on Tuesday she'll be the one to watch as the